Hello everyone, today we will talk about how to prepare John Locke Essay Competition effectively. In this video, I will talk about what are the steps to prepare for the John Locke Essay Competition and how much time you would expect to spend on each step. So the first step is to choose a question. Since there are 7 subjects and there are 3 questions in each subject, it's very normal to have more than one question that you found interesting. But how should you choose the best question for you? I would give you 2 advices. First, pick the question you found most interesting and familiar with. Second, do some quick research on Google to see which question is easier to find information. After you choose a question, the second step is to do general research. What do I mean by general research? I mean, you should read at least 5 articles about the topic you choose to build some background knowledge, and from there, which leads us to the third step, you can develop your thesis, meaning your viewpoint. For example, the third question in psychology this year is, are beliefs voluntary? Then, your thesis should show your clear stance to this question, like yes, beliefs are voluntary, or no, beliefs are not voluntary, or a conditional answer, etc. After you developed your thesis, we should move on to the next stage, massive reading. Just as the name shows, massive reading means you need to read a lot. And actually, not only just to read, you also need to do a lot of reading notes. In my other video, How to Do Research, I explained how to do reading notes, which is to copy-paste the original text of the article you read, and then you explain the relevance between that text and the topic. So for the massive reading phase, you need to read at least 10 articles. Well, the more the better, and the purpose for reading so much is to write your outline later. You need to read enough to find arguments for your thesis statement. For example, for the question, are beliefs voluntary? If your previously decided thesis is yes, beliefs are voluntary, then you need to read at least 10 relevant articles and find 3 to 4 arguments supporting your thesis. Number 5. Outline your essay. After your general research and massive reading, you've already read more than 15 relevant articles, and these readings should be able to help you write a brief outline of your 2,000-word essay. If you do not know how to write an outline, please watch other video I posted last week, how to structure your 2,000-word John Locke essay. Number 6. Read one past essay. If you click the official John Locke Institute website, you can easily find many past winners' essays. I suggest you to read at least one past essay just to have some brief idea about how an award-winning essay look like and to build some sense about how detailed analysis should you give on subject you choose. Next, number 7, write your first draft. This step is the most time-consuming step. But be careful, I said it's a first draft, meaning there will be revision, proofread later, so you don't have to try to be perfect about everything you write in this phase. You only need to make sure that the overall logic of the essay is complete and consistent. That's it. Even if there might be some part you found to be lack of evidence or analysis or not that perfect, you can always add them, revise them later. So don't be too rough with yourself in preparing a 2,000-word essay competition. One common problem my students have is try to be perfect in writing the first draft, and this kind of attitude will drag you down and make you lose more and more patience eventually. Alright, number 8, revise. Like I said earlier, this is a stage where you add more evidence or analysis to improve the consistency of your essay, and you should also make sure to have all the citations in EndNote format. Step number 9, which is a final step, is to proofread. This is a step that you check if you have grammar mistake, citation format mistake, and I suggest you to be very patient in this phase, and you should at least read your essay 3 times. Alright, now let's look at how much time you should spend on each step. Here, I listed a very average hour spending list just to give you some ideas about how much time you should expect to spend. The actual time you spend to prepare this competition can absolutely vary since your reading speed, writing speed, and research efficiency can all have an impact on how much time you need to prepare for it. Thus, I listed this time management to help students who have no idea at all about the time spending expectation. I personally had students who used only half of the time I listed because she is super familiar with the question she chose. And I also had students who spent triple the time I suggested because he simply enjoyed reading articles about the question he chose. And he wanted to read as much as possible. In a short word, I would say you should at least give yourself 1 month to prepare this competition. Alright, so this is the end of this video, and if you're interested in more content about the John Locke Essay Competition, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much for watching this video.